drinking wouldn't have allowed me to explore this other area of me and kind of was keeping me at this level. Like drinking, when you're drinking a lot, never elevates you. It never progresses you forward. All it does is just keep you here. Keeps you here. You know, you never have heard anybody ever say that I am really glad I started drinking again. Nobody's ever said that because there's no reason to be glad. If you've stopped and you've seen the positive aspects that drinking has made towards your life being improved in every way, shape, or form, it's like there's no reason to look back. And that's where I'm sitting right now. I'm really not even like, oh, I'm 100 days sober. I hope I can make it 100 more. I'm almost like drinking isn't even a thing for me anymore. I don't drink, and life has gotten so much better without drinking in every way. So I know a lot of people hit me up on Twitter about being sober. I know a lot of people always ask me questions about it. So I've been thinking about this for a long time. I want to form a place where people can get together and talk about issues with addiction. It doesn't have to be limited to alcohol. It can be any other addiction. I know there's every addiction out there. And even if you're having a hard time in life with depression, if you're having a hard time in life with your family, with work, anything, I know that everybody needs somebody to talk to, and not everybody has somebody to talk to. So I'm going to use Ruin Your Day as a platform for that. Every week on Wednesdays, I haven't decided a time yet, probably around 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I'm going to have Ruin Your Day live for an hour. And basically what's going to be happening is the chat is going to be live, and that's going to be used as the floor for everybody to talk. I might be on a video feed answering questions to the chat. I might pull up some music that Ruin Your Day made to play. I might play some video in the background. It's going to be sort of a free-form vehicle type of feed. There's not going to be really a set thing that we're doing. The only thing that I want to go on is I want people to feel like it's a safe place to come into and talk and vent, talk to other people, maybe give advice. I'll be in there if anybody wants to ask any questions about being sober. I can give whatever advice I can for that. And yeah, essentially, I just think there needs to be a place like that. I think AA works really well for a lot of people because it's a community. It's a strong-knit community. You have a sponsor that holds you accountable for not drinking. You have other people that are going through the same thing as you. You realize there's a whole world out there of people that just don't drink. And that's rare these days, honestly. So I want there to be a place like that on Ruin Your Day that's doesn't have to be just limited to alcohol. It could be anything. You know, like my parents went through some heart problems this year, and that really devastated me. So, you know, I needed somebody to talk to about that. My ex-girlfriend's dog that I really love got cancer. My close friend just had cancer. So it's been tough for me as well this year, and I'm really thankful that I've had Ruin Your Day to talk to you guys about battle rap and forget about the troubles in my life, but I want to give back, and I want to create a platform where we can all come together and sort of be each other's shoulder to lean on every now and then. So just wanted to make this video to talk about me getting sober, my experience with it. Honestly, to wrap this up, being sober is like probably the best thing that's happened to me in a long time. Me breaking up with my ex-girlfriend that I love to this day has been the best thing that's ever happened to me too as well. It's really like jump-started me to make big improvements in my life that I'm really proud of. And yeah, I mean, I think anybody out there that's struggling with addiction, the first question you need to ask for yourself if you're thinking that you might have a drug problem, alcohol problem, any sort of problem is, if I'm asking myself if I have a problem, I might have a problem. Do you want to take the next step to solving it? Do you want to get clean? Do you want to get sober? And all I can say is being sober is amazing. It's great. I would never trade it for anything. It works really well for me. Other people can drink responsibly. I'm not one of those people. I can't drink responsibly at all. So, yeah, guys, I just want to thank you all for helping me through my year of sobriety. You guys really made a huge difference in my life. I want to thank everybody out there that supported Ruin Your Day, all the patrons, all the people that did a watch episode, all the guests, all the people that tuned in for watch, everybody that bought merch, everybody that bought music. It means the world to me. So thank you guys. What's up, everybody? Welcome to Ruin an Hour, a safe place to talk about anything: depression, anxiety, sobriety, addiction, balance of life. My name is Kyle Gray. We are now live 2 days a week, Wednesdays at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time and Sundays 11 a.m. at Pacific Standard Time. I'm doing 2 days a week now because we're all in quarantine. I feel like now more than ever we need a safe place to talk about what's going on our day-to-day, a place to vent, a place to listen, a place to learn, a place to grow. I hope we can all do that today and from here on out. But wanted to talk to you guys about how your quarantine is doing. How's everybody doing out there with being on quarantine of some sort? Because I know that every city isn't really on lockdown. Like, I live in Los Angeles, and Los Angeles is on lockdown at this point. You're not really allowed to go anywhere or do anything, and it's quote unquote illegal to do those things. So you're not allowed to go to work. There's no bars, gyms, restaurants, movie theaters, anything open for recreation. Everything's closed, and what you're supposed to do is basically limit your trips to either going to the doctor, going to the pharmacy, going to the grocery store, something quote unquote essential. And everything else is non-essential. Even schools are closed. You're supposed to stay indoors, and this is to essentially flatten the curve of the spread of the coronavirus. So I just want to kind of, reinforce that statement that it's very important that we all abide by that right now, because, I know a lot of people that have it. If you have the liberty and the ability to stay home, which many of us do at this point, we need to exercise it in the best way we can. Like, for example, I'm a gym rat, and I love the gym. I go to the gym 6 or 7 days a week. It's like a humongous form of therapy for me. And when the gyms closed, it kind of like lightweight gave me anxiety. So what I started to do is I started to go to a track at UCLA. That's kind of up the street from me. It's sort of like, it's like a 15-minute drive, and then it's like a 3-mile walk back. So I go there, and I've been doing the Murph workout every day for the past 5 days, and it's gone really good, except this. So yesterday I went to the track, kind of a later time. It's also Saturday, and it was actually a really nice day out. It's been raining a lot in LA, and since it was sunny, and since it was Saturday, and I went there around noon, there was a lot of people there. There was a big, there's just a bunch, and I'm not saying that there was a lot of people that were going there individually to exercise. There was groups. I think everybody I saw, minus like maybe 3 or 4 people, were in a group. They're like friends. Like, I saw like a group of 3 women running, jogging, and they're clearly like hanging out. I saw a group of like 5 guys playing some sort of like game on the grass. And to me, it's just counterproductive to do those things when we're all taking precautions to not spread this. So if you're not supposed to be congregating in groups at stuff like parks, at hiking trails, at tracks, then why are we even doing this in the first place? Because that's against the spread of all this, So I think the more we choose to exercise quarantine and staying inside for everything except for non-essentials, that includes not going and kicking it with your friends, that includes not going on like a jog with your friends. Just go on a jog alone. You don't need to be with your friends at this point. You can go alone. And that way you're staying 6 feet away from people, and we can really flatten this curve, because at this point it's been a week of this. I don't know for a lot of people out there if it's been the same, but like me in Los Angeles, it's only been a week, and the fact that we can't even get through a week of this without getting uncomfortable, I think kind of says a lot about ourselves and where we sit on the spectrum of being comfortable with just being alone. Um, we need human contact. We need to hang out with people that we love and care about. You can do that through technology. You can get on FaceTime. You can talk to your friends, your family. You can call people. You don't need to physically be with them at this time. We can take a little break from this. This is the only way this is going to work. So, kind of just wanted to reinforce that because I know that it's not easy to do that. It's it's uncomfortable, honestly, especially if you're single, you don't live with family, and you live alone. Like it's not fun to be alone. Like for especially if you look at it like I don't know when this is gonna end. A lot of us don't know when this is gonna end. Like in Los Angeles, this quote unquote lockdown is until April 17th. I'm I'm amongst the belief system that this actually is not going to end for a really long time. Like I think basically what they're doing is they're going to give us segments of how long this is going to be. Because if they would give us the whole thing, the way we would look at that is like, oh wow, we have to be home for 6 months, and we would panic, and then paranoia would set in, and it would be really hard to control that from a government point of view. But I think what they're doing is they're giving us little chunks, and we're just going to go, okay, we can't go outside till April 17th. April 17th comes, and we won't be able to go outside for another month and another month. And that's essentially how they're going to flatten the curve of the spread of this virus. So, yeah. So, just wanted to kind of reinforce that because I saw, like, it was kind of alarming when I went to the track yesterday and I saw those people. And today, I was trying to do the Murph every single day for 30 days. And I'm not going to go today for kind of that reason because I'm doing this show at 11, and if when I end it at 12, if I go to the track, there's going to be a lot of people there, and I don't want to be a part of something that I see as an issue. Also, another thing, I woke up with the most painful leg cramp I've ever got in my life. It literally woke me up. Like I cramped, and I literally like woke up kind of screaming. It hurt so bad. So yeah, guys, I just wanted to reinforce that. Hope everybody is staying safe. But yeah, let's get into this. Let's get into talking. How's everybody doing? Is there anything we want to talk about during this quarantine? I think curfews are definitely next. I think. I mean, I'm personally like, not to sound negative, but I think this is just going to get more and more strict as it goes on. The good part about that is if that you see that, you can, sort of build yourself up to being ready to be quarantined and being ready to be inside for a long time, except for like to go outside for essential stuff. There's so many things you can do during that time. This isn't like a time that you just need to sit in front of the TV and waste away. Like you can do college courses for free online. You can read. You can learn a new language. You can do workouts in your home. There's so many workouts you can do alone. You can meditate. There's a lot of healthy things you can do for yourself. And also I want to reinforce that this time is really important to be super kind to yourself, non-judgmental. Also treat your body as good as you can. Eat as healthy as you can. This isn't an excuse to dive back into any addictions and numb them out because it's uncomfortable being alone. If anything, this is the time to really be good to yourself 100%. So, okay, Nicole, I'm still working. Do you work in healthcare? Carnage, yeah, I've been focused on making music and writing more. It's been a massive help. Yeah, I could see that. Yeah, it's like a good time to be productive, honestly. I'm still working and I have a master's degree student. My anxiety is on 30. Oh, wow, so you're both still working and going to school. So, interesting. So they're keeping you working during this. Quan, I'm still working full-time from home. I'm grateful for that, but I wish I had more time for everything else. Yeah, Quan, I mean, the good part about that is that you are still working. I know a lot of people around me that live check to check, that work in the service industry, that straight up just lost their jobs. And I'm kind of like, what are you going to do? And they don't even know. A lot of people don't even know how they can pay rent. So it's a scary time for a lot of people. Yo, Mark, so what do you think about sex addiction? Do you believe it's a real thing or just high sex drive? Mark, sex addiction is very real. I'm a sex addict. It's a very, very real thing. I used to actually think the same thing before I kind of like owned up to myself and took accountability. I would use the term, oh, I just have a really high sex drive instead of admitting that I was an actual addict. And it's a very real thing. You can be addicted to anything. You can be addicted to food. You can be addicted to work. You can be addicted to love. You can be addicted to sex. You can be addicted to alcohol. It's all about when you use that thing to numb out the uncomfortability of life. And basically when you do something so much that it gets in the way of your finances, it gets in the way of the people around you, your family, your friends, and your job. And sex was like that with me. So it's a very real thing. I think it's a very apparent thing, and it's something to be taken serious. Oh, you work at the airport, work in aviation security. Yeah, Kay, I don't know. It seems like they would. I'm really surprised they haven't grounded flights all over. Um, Unfortunately, I saw a lot of people on social media like taking advantage of this and just flying places for fun now. And that's confusing to me because the airports, I just last weekend I was in Orlando. We were supposed to be filming that URL app event, and me and my roommate Ben went out there for it, and we flew back early because we didn't want to be traveling. We didn't want to be out and about, and like traveling is the worst thing you can do right now. It's literally you're in an airport, you're not far away from people, you're really close to people, a lot of people, and they're traveling from all different types of destinations. Being in airports already is a risk to get sick, and then you're breathing the same air as people, so it's like flights are cheap for a reason. It's because we're not supposed to be traveling right now. 5 minutes from a fluent beach community. I hate to say it, the stores are open and stocked. The store shelves in the hood are empty though. Oh wow. Do you think the 100 a month will help? Fuck off. Of course I think the 1,000 a month, 1,000 a month will help. Of course any money is money and it's great. You can be of the mindset of yes, that will help, and then you can also at the same time live on the mindset of that's not enough. That's totally fine, and it's very fair to be like, yes, that will help, and we're grateful for that $1,000, but you can also say that $1,000 isn't enough for a lot of people. I know that if I was to live off $1,000, that wouldn't even pay the rent at this apartment. Wouldn't even cover half. So it's like, it's not that much to really live off of, but it would help. I think it would. Yeah, JJ, I know the stores in the hood are the best to find essentials like toilet papers, hand sanitizer. It's because the overprivileged freak out about this type of thing. It's literally, I live in Santa Monica, which is mainly a white, privileged part of Los Angeles, and I really do not like that aspect about it. I moved from a place called Highland Park, which is 90% Latino, and I loved living in Highland Park. When I moved here, it's whatever, but the thing is, the privileged white community panics when they feel like they're being threatened, and it's just hilarious because it's like you don't see them going out and buying stockpiling bulletproof vests or anything like that, but they'll go out and stockpile toilet paper of all things. So I think being precautious in this time and age is a very good thing. Like if you could go up and sort of buy a little bit more of like canned foods or something like that, I think that's great. But I think it was unwise for people just to at once spike up and buy like as much water, as much toilet paper, as much hand sanitizer as they can need, because then it takes away from the rest of the community, and then they're just only serving themselves. So. Yep, Amy, exactly. So it's like $1,000 would be okay, but you can still believe that it wouldn't be enough. Yep, Desi, 100%. It's definitely taking away from people. Archer, Avo's being an introvert is getting a bit rough on my mental health, staying home and doing walks only and having my food cut as I can't buy a lot of importance needs is putting me in an uncomfortable position. Yeah, Artur. I mean, that's the thing is I'm not saying that this is going to be a comfortable thing to go through. This is going to be a pretty tricky thing to go through, but this is something that we've never experienced in our lifetime, and we just got to get through it. It's not going to be easy by any means, but you got to just go through it. I was watching a really interesting podcast this morning, which is embarrassingly it was a Joe Rogan podcast. I have such mixed feelings about him, but there's very good moments of brilliance in that podcast. He was talking with this guy who's an ex-Navy SEAL, or I guess a current Navy SEAL. I don't really know how you would say that. But he was talking about being in training in BUDS, and they go through this thing called Hell Week, which is essentially, I think, 150 days, or a Hell Week is a week, but BUDS training is 150 days. Both are super vigorous and crazy. And he said, the way you get overwhelmed when you're going through training is looking at the whole thing at once, being like, oh, I have Hell Week, I can only sleep 2 hours this whole week, and you're looking at this whole week being like, how am I going to get through 7 days of this? The better way of looking at anything, and I think a good way to apply this to what we're going through in quarantine, is not looking at, we don't know when this is going to end, this is going to go on forever, but literally just take it day by day, just being like, I got to get through today. I got to be good for myself today. I got to be healthy today. I got to just wake up and go to sleep today. And then if you focus on that, you're not going to be focusing on this huge big picture, and that's not going to cause you anxiety. That's not going to cause you to really get overwhelmed with it. You just got to take it day by day. And that's how you would get through it a lot easier. Oh, wow, DJ Foster, you're still driving a big rig? That's crazy. Oh, Desi, that's good to hear they paused mortgage payments in Canada. That's amazing. Of course, Kay Nicole. I think this is a long time coming that I wanted to do like 2 episodes a week, and especially at different times because I know a lot of people can't get in there on 5 p.m. on Wednesdays, so it's good to do it on a weekend. This is going to be a recession. It's harder for people like me who have property and can't sell it now, also because of a mortgage. I'm already mortgage poor. It sucks. Yep. This is going to be really difficult for people that own property. Have I been working? No. I mean, yeah, I've been like doing editing work, but there's no battle rap events on the horizon, so I'm out of work in that sense, but Ruin Your Day is still on, so I've been surviving off Patreon, which is thanks to you guys, and the YouTube, which is thanks to you guys. So pretty much thanks to the Ruin Your Day community, I can keep the lights on and some food in the fridge. But, for the foreseeable future, there is no events happening. So I've been doing like editing. I just edited that Twerk music video. It's on Patreon right now. We're dropping a Geechee Gotti song single, like hopefully today or tomorrow. And I got a couple more battles I can edit from Carson vs. Everybody. But overall, I've just been doing some work every day and then going to the track, exercising, trying to be healthy. Yeah, so trying to read a lot. Truckers and delivery-oriented professionals are eating super good right now. Salute to them. Yeah, salute to everybody in the service industry that still has a job and that's working through this. Honestly, like I try to be as nice as I can to the people still working at the grocery store because I know that they're dealing with just an influx of people constantly all day, and probably people that aren't very nice either. So internet definitely helps a lot of people. Glad a lot of people can work from home. Stops the spread. Totally agree with that, Sandy. I've been feeling pretty lonely lately. Even when I'm with my friends, I kind of feel isolated, so quarantine is really helping with my mental health. Oh, Seb24, that's good to hear that it's helping and not hurting. That's really good to hear. I've been driving state to state, still can't find any tissue or sanitizer around the country. That's crazy. They can do events, Avo, just go back to the Queen's Quiet Room, abandoned format. Yeah, you'd still have to get 2 people together and like rapping at each other, and that's kind of the issue. I seen a lady going off the cashier the other day. I was mad. Yeah, that sucks. Any new music that you listen to lately, Abo, outside of battle rap? Yeah, Smooth Side TV. I just found. How about this? Let's just pull up my Spotify. You guys can take a look into my mind. So. All right, let's go to just recently played. So, I peeped The Weeknd's new album. It's fucking incredible. I highly suggest everybody go check it out. It's fucking awesome. He's a goddamn genius. I found this group called, I guess it's We, maybe? I think they might be French. It's OOI. They have a song called Teeth that's pretty fucking cool. This group Goldfur I really fuck with. I don't really know how to categorize their music. Maybe dance. Carpenter Brut. I think that's how you pronounce it. This album's classic. Passion Pit, Perturbator, Wildcat, Passion Pit, Slosh Mafia. Yep, those are all the things that I've kind of been jamming to, guys. So go check that out if you can. There we go. But what else is popping? Let me pull this over. Here we go. I feel blessed to be able to continue to work from home. I sell data center solutions and I'm working with a lot of businesses to help them implement work from home for their employees. Cody, that's incredible. Hell yeah. That's going to be prime in times like this. Bring back the pool table to have space. That's hilarious. Yeah, Desi. Yeah, have you looked into the whole government thing where they could possibly pay for you to be at home, right? Since you deal with your kids, you're essentially doing childcare. I mean, we're trying to make content. We're trying to do this whole stay-at-home cipher. We got a couple people to do it, so it's like we'll think of ways to bring content that will be there. But I also just want to stress too that like it's really important during these times to like get away from the screens if you can. Open a book, sit with yourself. This is like the best time ever that you have right now to really just sit with who you are, think about yourself, and really just fucking go over yourself. It's going to be great. I think David Goggins actually has a pretty cool video on this. Let me see if I can find it. All right, here we go. Shit. I totally fucked this up. I can't even play this right now. Okay. Never mind. I was going to play this video for you guys, but I don't have it set up to play. So we'll stay on the chat. Yeah, I need to look into it a bit more. Even if I take the emergency funding, I still need work hours. Oh, shit. People are learning to cook now for the first time. That's very true. That's very true. Hey, I mean, there's like positives coming out of this. I feel like it's good to look at the bright side of things. I'm locked in with my kids. Like I said, I'm Floridian, and we're on lockdown every other hurricane season. Can't speak for others, but we goody in the countryside. Word, so you're used to this. That's good. People in LA are not used to this. It's crazy. Like I looked up. There's this place called Runyon Canyon here, and that's basically a canyon where like it's like a really popular place to go hike, especially with like Instagram. And it was trending on Twitter the other day, and I was like, oh god, why is this trending? And I clicked on it, and it's just like there's so many fucking people there. It's like, what the hell? It's like it might as well be a fucking airport. And there's just like people, like groups of people like taking pictures of themselves, like great hike today at Runyon, got the hike at Runyon. Ugh, and it's just like, fuck, man, we can't even, we like literally can't be alone for a week. I don't even think it's been a week. I think it's been less than a week. It's crazy. Oh, dope. I created a word file called Silver Linings and add to it periodically. That's hella dope. Do I cook? No. I don't. I should probably start. I mean, usually, like, the stuff I make isn't really cooking. It's like I fucking steam broccoli and make rice. So it's like, that's not really cooking. But I should definitely start. Dive into cooking and stuff. I've definitely been guilty of eating, like, junk pretty recently. Like, last night I fucking got fast food, which is terrible. So I definitely hate that. But I think it's really important to eat as healthy as you can during this. Went out to visit a family member to check in the other day. Streets are empty like a ghost town. It's crazy. Yeah, that's crazy. I've been doing Facebook Live videos. It's amazing how many people can't cook, but I kind of want to. Yeah, Amy. Totally agree. I mean, I don't know. It's like all the stuff I kind of like, it's not really like requires a lot of cooking, but I should learn better. I should. And especially that I don't eat meat now too often. Like in the past, I always used to use the excuse of, oh, I can't cook because I don't have a grill in my apartment, or like, you know, because I used to live in a house, we had a grill in the backyard. And I'm like, oh, that's why I don't cook anymore. But now that I don't eat meat too often besides tuna, yeah, I can totally learn how to cook. I totally should. Fasting gives your body a chance to boost its immune system. I've heard that. I've never fasted ever, but I've heard about that. Do you game? And if you do, what system you have and what are your favorite games? K, I don't game. I actually haven't played video games for a really, really long time. But my roommate used to have an Xbox. I think Call of Duty is like the big game on that shit. But I know that gamers is a big time to be gaming. It's like perfect time. If anything, this is just like protocol for them. It's another day in the park. But yeah, also to like reinforce like, you know, the whole sobriety thing on this channel, especially this show. I think it's really important to also like during this, when you're bored, is not turn to your addictions, because that's going to be a really strong inclination for you to do that during this time. It's like, oh, I'm fucking bored. What can I do for fun? Oh, I could drink. Oh, I could do some drugs, or I could like smoke some weed or something like that. Which, if you're not an addict, that's totally fine. But if those are your addictions and you suffer from those, this is the worst time to get into those, because if anything, it's just you're going to spiral. You're going to go down into a hole, a deep, dark hole that's going to be hard to get out of, because you're not going to have any positive reinforcement. Your support system is there, but they're not physically there. You don't have work there either. So it's like being alone and drinking is not a good idea. It's not going to solve anything. It's not going to do any good. Yeah, I think I played Mortal Kombat for the first time in a while too, when I was home with my brother. I think I played that like Mortal Kombat versus what's the fucking comic book company with DC? So it's DC versus Mortal Kombat. You can like play Batman and Superman versus like Scorpion and Sub-Zero. It's dope. I mean, the graphics are really cool. I was never really a Mortal Kombat guy. I was always a Street Fighter guy. I was more into Street Fighter. Probably because I'm really terrible at Mortal Kombat. But yeah, what else? What else is going on? Does anybody like have any issues they want to talk about? Do I have any interesting movie recommendations? Trey Dog, I do. Go watch Parasite if you haven't. I'm sure everybody's seen that movie, but Parasite is the best movie that came out last year by far. If you want to check out a movie that's really weird, spooky, go check out The Lighthouse. Amazing performances from William Dafoe and Robert Pattinson. And then let's see, what else have I seen that's cool? This movie Manos. It's a Colombian film, I think. Amazing cinematography. Really fucking dope. Shit, what else? Man, I wish I could remember this one movie I saw about like these like Japanese. It was like a Japanese movie. Fuck, and it was about like these shoplifters. I think it was literally called Lifters or something like that. I don't have a gamer tag. I think they might have some of those on Netflix. I don't have Netflix, so I don't know. Um, but I'm assuming they probably do. I mean, what's good on Net? Oh, isn't like Ozarks coming out pretty soon? The new season of that. That should be pretty cool. I was impulse buying for a few days because my anxiety has been so high, like it just came from a warehouse store. Yeah, that seems like something people do, for sure, now. And impulse buying is definitely something that I could see being done when your anxiety is through the roof. Archer. Avo, weather is really nice today. As looking outside from my bedroom, I'm going for a walk after this, as you should come out and do some cardio around your block. Hell yeah, Archer. Totally agree with that, man. I would love... the thing is, it's like I really do want to go out for a walk today, but I'm like, I feel... I mean, I'm probably going to fucking just do it. I'm probably just going to go walk around the neighborhood, because that's not really adding to the problem, but I'm still like within the mindset of like, if I don't need to go outside, I shouldn't. But if you're by yourself, I don't see any problem with that. So yeah, there's stairs around Los Angeles. Actually, there's a lot of stairs. So what I like to want to do is just walk aimlessly in one direction and like kind of get lost and figure out how to come back. Oh shit, I live in Georgia and it's pollen season. I will not be going on walks. Yeah, that sounds rough. Submersia. Hey, what's up, Abo? You mentioned the other week about wanting to try ayahuasca. Just wondering if you've seen the Vice series, Kentucky Ayahuasca. It's crazy how it can help people. Submersia. I haven't checked out that series, but I will. I'm very, very interested in ayahuasca, and I would love to try it in my lifetime. That's for sure. And that being said, from somebody who's never done any hallucinogenics, never done anything. The most like quote unquote drug I've done is smoked weed, which is not even a drug. JJ, I've been watching those universe shows on sci-fi. Our relative insignificance reduces my anxiety. That's good. That's good that you can walk away with that, because some people would be the opposite. Avo, imagine that movie Parasite during the coronavirus. Word up. That would be crazy. What's up, Kip? I'm doing between 10 to 15K steps a day with these dogs. I'm walking 2 sets of dogs 3 times a day. Jesus Christ, Dan, that's crazy. But that's fucking awesome that you got that. That's badass. I wish I had a dog here. I really wish I had a dog. I miss my dog a lot. That'd be fucking awesome. You're blessed that you're around those pups, and I'm sure they love you. How do guys greet each other in Cali? I went to Home Depot to get some stucco hoarding board to repair a door at the house. Wait, what do you mean, Mr. Fairplay? How do guys greet each other in Cali? They just say hi. What's up? Yeah, Dan, I can't take a dog, but I mean, I would love one in theory, but I know that I can't, unfortunately, right now. Your dogs are pretty, though. I really like them. I love seeing the ones with the mixed eyes I really like. I don't know what those are called, like the albino eyes. Definitely the opposite for me. Stuff about the universe makes me feel weird. Yep, that could definitely be true. Makes you feel really small. Do you have any starter workouts if you're kind of just starting off? Trey Dog, yeah. The easiest starting workout is literally just doing sit-ups and push-ups in your room and air squats. Not air squats, body weight squats. So basically, just do some push-ups. Do like a set of 12. How about that? Do 3 sets of 12 push-ups. Do 3 sets of 20 body weight squats. Make sure you go pretty low when you do the squats. And do like 20 sit-ups. Do 3 sets of each of those. That's pretty easy, relative. And just try to do that once a day. And then ramp up. Do, instead of 3 sets of 12, do 3 sets of 20. Do 3 sets of 30, you know? Just kind of go up as you get stronger. Oh, as you extended out for a fist bump, he gave you an elbow bump. I think that's just because people don't want to touch right now. I don't think that's not because people don't do that in Cali, because everybody greets people differently here. Like I do the whole like this, and then I like bring people in and give them a pat on the back. My roommate does this, the fist bump. You know, other people do this and then also a fist bump. So it's like, I don't know, but I think that's mainly a quarantine thing. What are we doing for the homeless in Cali now during the coronavirus? I follow a lot of like homeless relief on Twitter, and they're doing a lot. Like I saw one woman going out and actually giving out, care packages from her car. But the way she was doing it is she was sitting in the passenger seat and she had the back window kind of rolled down, not very much, and she was just passing them to them. And I thought that was great because that's not really spreading it, and they're close in the line, but they sleep close to each other anyways. They have no choice but to be close to each other. And then I also saw some other people making homemade hand sanitizing stations. So what they would do is those, big liters of water that you can it has like a faucet at the bottom. They were putting those just around the neighborhood with hand sanitizer on the top. I thought that was really fucking cool. So yeah, they're doing as much as they can. Obviously, the city's homeless relief is very, very primitive, and that's a humongous problem in Los Angeles. Is that our housing here? We have more housing than we have people, or we have more people than we have housing. So there's simply not enough shelters for the homeless, which is really unfortunate. Lecrae made hand washing stations and put them around Atlanta. That's awesome. That's fucking hella dope. Hats off to that. I want to do that. I really wanted to do something like, literally in my community in Santa Monica, like one street over there, there's tons of people sleeping out on tents. And I always think about, because, I did that thing with Hollow and Geechee about feeding the homeless in South Central, and I used to volunteer in South Central as well. It's like, why don't I just help them out? 'Cause they're in my community. Like, they're literally, like, fucking 100 feet away from me right now, outside. Like, why don't I just help them out? So I've been thinking about that. It's like, how could I help them out? Maybe, like, give them hand sanitizer or something like that, or buy, like, soap or something. I don't know. Water, probably. I could just go buy them a bunch of water. That'd be the most helpful thing. But then, at the end of the day, I'd be, like, interacting with people, which is spreading the problem. So it's like, it's always a catch-22 with this shit. But yeah, so nobody has any issues or anything like that. Everybody's doing pretty good. I know that this isn't easy for everybody. Even though it may sound dumb, I think people should get a console, PS4, and just get into a game. I remember when Skyrim, I spent 5 weeks on that and didn't see many people during that time. Not Carnage. I mean, that's what you're talking about is real. Like, you should find a hobby that you really like and get really into it. I'm a fucking nerd, and I love anime. Like, I fucking love anime. And I've been rereading Berserk during this. And it's funny because I got into Berserk because when Dirtbag Dan used to do Fridays Are Fire, I loved that show, and I would always tune into it. And him and Reverse Live were talking about this manga called Berserk, and I had never read it, and I opened it up, and I like fell in love with the artwork, and I literally stayed up until 5 a.m. that night reading it. And if you guys know anything about that, there's endless. It's still ongoing. It's been going since I think like the 80s, maybe. So it's like still going to this day. And I'm still reading it. Literally, this is my other tab, is the fucking manga, and that's what I've been doing the past couple days is just fucking reading this shit. So, yeah, I'm a geek, and I don't think there's anything wrong in saying people should get a console and get into something that they're really into. I'm just trying to balance doing that, like reading for pleasure, with also reading for stimulation. So I've been trying to get through my other books about meditation, about codependency, about self-improvement, all that stuff. So I haven't, Kay Nicole, my friend Patrick actually just told me about Castlevania on Netflix. He said it's really good. So And yeah, Carnage, I haven't seen Hunter x Hunter, but everybody's been telling me about it. Is it on Crunchyroll? Because I'll definitely get into that. I'll definitely peep that. Yo, DJ Foster, that's awesome. I'm truck driving, passing out MRE military rations to every homeless person I see. Fuck yeah, dude. Congrats on that. That's amazing. That's fucking incredible. Mr. Fairplay, nah, nobody's like really wearing latex gloves. I think they might be at the grocery store. I'll check today. I think that they might be. You got to check out the book Commentaries on Living by Judu. I'm not going to even try to pronounce that, Sandy. He talks about the empty cup and becoming empty from every prejudice to be open to anything. That's dope, Sandy. So the book, it's called Commentaries on Living. That's dope. I'll peep that. I'm really glad to be still working because it gives me a sense of normalcy. Okay, Nicole, completely understand that. It probably seems like the world around you is going crazy, but your life is pretty normal. The lack of human interaction has me feeling lonely. Totally empathize with that, Kay. Like, even though I've been like calling my family every day and I've been going live pretty much every day, more or less, and interacting with you guys, I definitely have been feeling that too. I've been feeling a little bit of like loneliness as well. I don't really ever feel lonely, even though I'm like depressed over heartbreak. But it's really just like a depression over heartbreak from one woman. It's not like because I'm like, I just need to be in a relationship, because that's not the issue at all. But yeah, this time of quarantine, of self-isolation, I could definitely see people getting an extreme sense of loneliness. And that's why when you go to the track, there's a big group of people together. It's because people are lonely. So it's completely understandable. All stores are latex gloved across the board, but I appreciate the extra precautions. Coco, yeah, Florida past Polk County, we're still able to work. By the way, hi Avo. Coco, what up? How you doing? Are you still dabbing up the homies? No, I'm not. I'm not dapping up the homies, man. I mean, I haven't seen any of my friends in a while. Well, I mean, a week, so. If you have any food you can spare, I'll give it to your local homeless. Totally agree with that, DJ Foster. I try to do that all the time. Arthur Avo, is it safe to buy food from a street vendor? As I was walking last night, I came across one and it was serving burgers. Yeah. What's unsafe about that? I mean, that's the same. Like, literally, like, if somebody's infected that's making you food, if you get it delivered, it's the same thing. They're gonna touch it and it's gonna spread the same way. So it's like, it's good to take that extra precaution of not going to a place physically, but there's nothing wrong with that. Good luck if you try ayahuasca. It definitely can change lives for the better. Unfortunately, ayahuasca is a Class A drug in the UK. Date rapes are Class C. How does that make sense? Even weed is Class B. Oh, that's crazy, Submersia. That's really crazy. I mean, the classification for drugs across the board is a little bit of bullshit. We can be honest about that. Hell yeah, Submersia. You stay safe, too. You stay safe. But yeah, guys, I just want to, reiterate that we're going to be going live 2 times a week now. Wednesdays at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Sundays at 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Talking about whatever you guys want. And yeah, I think it's going to be good going live 2 times a week. Yeah, what else, everyone? What else is cracking? Hell yeah, Sandy. It's like hanging out with friends on here, as always. Also, I think I'm going to do a watch either today or tomorrow. I don't know. Probably tomorrow. And I'm going to probably watch Mook vs. Verb. So I'm trying to just watch all the battles that nobody ever tries to watch with me. So, and also, once again, I'm watching battles that I'll probably watch with guests again. So I'll probably do that today, later today, or tomorrow, depending on how I feel. Oh, hell yeah, Submersia. That's good to hear. Yeah, I agree that Mook's third didn't get enough credit. Well, okay, I already watched Soul Converse Diz, so I feel like I can watch anything now. After I watched that godfather of a battle. But yeah, guys, just to quickly round up, I want to just reiterate how important it is to keep your mental state clear during this time of quarantine. Our first inclination is to do a lot of entertainment by when we're forced to be indoors. And that's good to be entertained. That's good to, indulge in having fun. But I think it's also really important to take time to really look at yourself introspectively, sit with yourself, open up a book, try to learn something, try to educate yourself on something. Like, try to take a college course. I'm probably going to sign up for a college course pretty soon as well. And just try to learn. Take this opportunity. Literally, we have this time now where there's nothing that's pressing that needs to be done, and we can do whatever we want for ourselves. And I don't think there's going to be another time like this. So seize the opportunity and just keep yourself as mentally healthy as you can, because in times like this, that's of the utmost importance to be mentally healthy. So, Sandy, appreciate the $1. Gonna buy a banana with that. Steven, what's up? But yeah, just want to reiterate that, and also, just like not turning to addictions, not turning to drinking, like anything that you're trying to avoid. Calling your family members as much as you can. This is also an opportunity to grow close with a lot of people. I know that I have actually grown closer with a lot of people through all this. I've talked to people during this that I haven't spoken to in months. So it's like, just take the time to make this be a chance for you to better yourself. I think that's the best way to look at this. Yep, Ruin Your Day as a Facebook page. Yep, legit use it as a chance to call everyone. Kay, thank you for being in here. I really appreciate you. Appreciate the $2. But yeah, guys. I might go live later today. I haven't really decided on it. I have nothing really else to do. Now that I'm not going to the track and running. So, yeah, I'll probably do that later today. Watch Mook vs. Verb. Do I have any ideas of how to get more sleep? Trey Dog. Drink a lot of water, eat healthy, read before you go to bed, and I guarantee you'll get sleep when you read before you go to bed. Reading will always do that to you. And also, like, I don't know, just be good to yourself. Treat yourself good. Like, take a bath. Take a fucking nice, long shower. Like, be nice to your body. I think those are all, like, helpful tips on how to get more sleep. Meditate. Try meditating. Meditating does wonders for people. Reading works too well for me. I struggled in college because of all the reading late at night. Yeah, I'm the same way. If I try to read anything before I go to sleep, I'll just pass out. I've like passed out on planes, literally like with the book open, and I'm just like fall asleep. Be nice to your body. Hell yeah, definitely. Want to amplify that thought process. Yep, when all this is over, we're going to have one hell of a story to tell. Totally agree with that. The old dust between the pages is a sedative. That could be true. That could be true. But yeah, guys, I'm going to wrap it up. Thank you guys for tuning in to Ruin an Hour. Sunday edition. Want to just reiterate to everybody to stay safe out there. Don't go outside unless you have to. Do not travel anywhere unless you absolutely have to. Don't hang out with people unless you have to. Call your family. Call your friends. Use FaceTime. Use group chat. Hang out with your friends that way. It's really fun. I've done it. And yeah, guys, read a book. learn something, educate yourself, use this time to better yourself as a person, because we don't really usually get this chance in life. So, love to everybody. Might see you guys later today, might not, but regardless, hope everybody has a great day. Peace out.